Hello everyone, so for this critical thinking project I had chosen the book 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. Now this book has been very controversial since it's been published back in 2007. One of the main reasons it was being banned from many school districts, it was believed that it glamorized suicide. Other reasons for it to be challenged was due to drug or alcohol abuse as well as sexually explicit content in the book. When Jay Asher had found out that his book was being challenged, he himself had made a comment that the very day I found out 13 Reasons Why was the most challenged book, I received an email from a reader claiming my book kept her from committing suicide. I dare any censor to tell that girl it was inappropriate for her to read my book. I also agree with Jay Asher because I have known close friends who have read this book and told me that it has helped them as well. I can see why it would be challenged, but I believe that it teaches people in general that being bullied or spreading fake rumors about someone can lead that person to doing something bad. So maybe with this book, it can help out more young teens seek more help from others. Now, when I was looking at some of the definitions for like suicide, I saw that it was the action of killing oneself intentionally, and I found some quotes from the book that shows that. One of the first quotes I found was on page 8 when Clay said, "A girl who 2 weeks ago swallowed a handful of pills." And that was Hannah Baker in the story when she had committed suicide and made 13 tapes with 13 different people that were the reason for her suicide. And another quote I found was when she was talking to Mr. Porter, the guidance counselor, as well as the English teacher, when she had met with them and she had said, "I need everything to stop. People, life." Hannah, do you know what you just said? You said you wanted life to stop, Hannah. Your life? Is that what you meant to say, Hannah? Those are very serious words, you know. I know, they are. I'm sorry. Now, for the sexually explicit content, I found a quote as well, and that was when Hannah said, "And that's all you needed, Bryce. You started kissing my shoulder, my neck, sliding your fingers in and out, and then you kept going. You didn't stop there. I'm sorry. Is this getting too graphic for some of you? Too bad." So even Hannah in the novel knew that she was getting a little too graphic, but I believe that she did not care at all because since no one else cared about what was going to happen to her eventually, she just stopped caring for what others thought. Now, I also had found a book of it using alcohol, alcohol use, and that was when Hannah was walking to a party, and she had said, "The usual crowd hung out by the front of the door of the party, drunk out of their minds, getting everyone with the rice or cup of beer. I would think Hannah would be a hard name to slur, but those guys did pretty well." So in this book, we know that Hannah and like the people involved in the book are all high schoolers because it is based on a school setting. So teenagers using alcohol, not a good thing. But this book was also challenged in 2012, which was number 3 on the list by the American Library Association. And it also got challenged in 2017, which became the number 1 book of that top 10 list. And the reason for it being on the top 10 list, being number 1, was due to the Netflix series that had came up in 2017, which is, I do not agree with it being challenged back in 2017 when this book has been out since 2007, and now us being in 2019, that has been 9 years. Yeah, has been 9 years since that book came out. So why even challenge in 2017? The Netflix series, of course, has dramatized it a bit more, and it has shown very more explicit content in the show, but nothing compared to the book. The book, I think it kept like a little like more censored than the actual Netflix series as well. And it was also challenged again in 2018, but it was number 6, so not all the way there, but it was still in the top 10. Now, do I agree or disagree for this book to be censored? I do not agree that this book should be censored because, again, like I have mentioned before, I feel like this book will help out a lot with any teens that read it. I know that a lot of schools have said that it was an unsuited book for an unsuited age group, I should say, and I just don't agree because Jay Asher even had gotten an email from one of his readers saying that this book had helped her, and I had had friends that had helped as well. Like my sister is only was 17 at the time when she was reading the book, and she herself had told me that she did not know what was really suicide or what can go through a person's mind, what can go through a person's mind when wanting to commit suicide. So like she knows like what questions to ask, like if anyone's in trouble or anything. But she is the type of friend that you would want around. And would I change a part in this book? As much as I tried to really find a part in the book to change, I really could not find myself changing any part to the book. I tried changing the ending, I tried changing the beginning, and it just did not work out for me because it would have to change the whole storyline. Like, Hannah Baker in this book was not already in the beginning of the book nor in the end of the book. This was just her story told through someone else's, like you can hear her, but Clay Jensen, I believe it was his name, he was just the one in the story like commenting on it. Like we don't know the tapes who were given to before, we don't know their perspective, or we don't know like the person afterwards. It was just shown by Clay, and I just wasn't able to figure out like how to really change the story of it, like how to change it, because if it were to change one thing, then the whole story would be just everywhere. So yeah, that's all I have for my critical thinking project. Thank you very much.